He says 1 in 25 mil because we work with businesses that are over 8 million, 25 million, 35 million.
Or do you feel that you guys have created some systems that with business that's, let's say, an auto body shop?
Probably subconsciously, like we're all subconsciously getting a lot more confident in our process. And I think that you're starting to see some of the stuff.
Welcome to the How It Started podcast. Today, you guys have a real treat. We're with one of our clients. He owns not $1, but $2 million. He owns rug cleaning company in San Mateo Valley, doing right around 5 mil. And then he owns a home installation company doing right around 6 mil. So Austin, welcome, bro. It's been such a great pleasure working with you and growing with you.
Yeah, no, thank you guys. Honestly, just been a blessing finding somebody that I can help communicate my whole brand and story and someone that I can relate to. That's been huge for me, just being able to finally find somebody that I can do that.
Yeah, but it's crazy because like when you first came in, we were a podcast studio.
Yeah.
We would book sessions. We'd set up the cameras for them.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't know how to help them from there. But then we started doing like little marketing things, like a little here, a little there. He has a big marketing company. He's been doing it for 10 years. But you've helped us develop the process to where it is right now because of all the issues that we ran into together. I appreciate your patience and I appreciate you just allowing us to just go through it and tweak these little things. Being patient.
For sure. Yeah, that's the biggest thing, bro. Is say thank you for the patience and the like continued optimism, bro. There's never been a time where you like complain, man. It's been a true pleasure working.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that, man. And it goes both ways. And a true relationship in general has to work both ways. If it's just one-sided, it just doesn't work.
Bro, it's called the How It Started podcast. Tell us like how you got started in business. Did you start something from scratch? Did you buy into something?
Yeah, okay, great. Well, let's go way back. So, man, ever since I've been a young boy, I've just been like trying to sell something. So I was doing like lemonade stand.
Really, really quick question. What did your parents do for context? Like, did you have any business or entrepreneurial, like someone that you could see as like a model or something where you got the idea of entrepreneurial ventures or just doing stuff yourself?
To be honest, I saw talent in my mom and dad, and they did not have, in growing up, so get real raw, my mom really raised me, and then I had a stepfather. So I didn't have a father really growing up. My dad left when I was a little boy, like when I was 2. So from that point, I was really kind of running the show, felt I was the man of the house. And so that right there really helped kind of build up just me as a person, just that I had to make sure and take care of things. And so, not that I had to, but I felt that responsibility.
Bro, that's a great way to look at it, just like taking care of things. You know what I'm saying? Because my mom, my dad, they both worked 2 jobs. They were never at the house. I was with my sister, but they made it happen. There was always love in the house. There was always food in the house. But it also taught me how to like just take care of things. You know what I'm saying? Like not really depend on anyone to do it for you. Do it for yourself and help and guide other people to help you do it too, because you can't do it alone.
Well, and dude, so my mom, the one thing that she told me that sticks with me to this day is that, Austin, you can do anything you put your mind to. And so when I wake up, that's like the first thing that I say, I can do anything I put my mind to. And I just go for it. It's just deeply embedded in me. And I know that any opportunity that's out there is possible. I just need to figure out the right way to get there.
Bro, what a great way to look at life, bro. Some people, unfortunately, can't. Even when you just, you try to paint the picture of how life could be looked at differently, they choose, but they don't choose the latter, bro. They choose the latter in the opposite direction.
Yeah. No, I totally get it, man. And it's from all aspects, all right? Because you have people that are coming in, like for instance, hiring a new team member. I got people coming in from all different levels of life. Some have a lot of experience, some don't. Some can not even read sometimes. And so we bring, but they can still be very talented. And so,
everyone has a purpose.
Yeah, for sure, man. And so the biggest thing is just that belief. If you don't have belief and you don't have a path and where you can take that belief, it's just so hard for you to get anywhere. So I think that's where it starts, to be honest, to believe and then to choose.
And look for reasons why it can happen and it will happen, instead of reasons why it can't happen or things that are missing in context to why they can't happen. Like, we don't need to know everything. Like, we're just going to get fucking old if we just wait this entire time, right? Instead of just taking action, getting the feedback, and actually making the corrections to move the needle forward. Yeah, no, here, bro. And you know what Dakota is the best at? Bro,
100%.
I love, regardless of the 80%, you know what I'm saying? 80% of what? 80% of
that's a good
brand new perspective for me. And this fucking, he expands my vision all the time. He shows me tools that I didn't even have the time to fucking think of.
Well, you know what I really see as the strength with Dakota? The technology is moving so fast. And so as a business owner, we've got 1,000 different tools to choose from. And we're trying to figure out which one out of those 1,000 we can incorporate into our business.
Tries them all.
I've tried them all.
I know that.
Actually, sometimes twice because I forgot
Yes.
I did it.
And then we've tried them together in some cases. And then in 2 months, we're in a whole different direction.
But he's a fucking closer, bro. If you think he's closing for a lot of subscriptions, bro, take a look at the fucking bank account, bro. This motherfucker doesn't
Bro, you probably have a G in unused fucking accounts.
For sure, yeah. Dude.
Bro, I bought some extra tokens. That's some shit. Bro, that Hinksfield has
We need
fucking-
32,000 tokens.
The AI rates is fucking insane.
Yeah.
Like the Aura build comes out, and then I find out that Gemini and that these guys, bro, it is a fucking crazy ass race right now.
Right. Well, you know what? But to be honest, man, you kind of need somebody out there testing it out because otherwise you don't know. And what helps me is that when all of a sudden there's something and I'm like, okay, maybe this could work, I can run it by Dakota and get his kind of feedback. And then he's like, oh, you know what?
He'll pilot it.
Oh, no.
This motherfucker will find questions
For real.
to ask. The other day, bro, we're on the fucking on the phone with like one of the fucking vice presidents of WAP, right?
Right.
And Dakota asked a question
Yeah.
that has never been asked from the beginning of their time. Dakota found that question. God bless him.
Exactly, dude, because that's the way he thinks. And that's why, for real, dude.
Not
Yeah,
good, not
yeah,
bad, just
yeah,
different.
yeah.
You can be
Yeah.
the judge of it's
Yeah.
bad or not.
Bro, yeah, I was trying to figure, bro, just to give you some context, bro, I was up till 4 fucking a.m. and this man was like, bro, you just did some crazy ass stupid shit. I went down some GitHub repo again and like, you just wasted a shit ton. Bro, you have no fucking idea, bro. I did screenshots of things multiple times. I got some Chrome extensions, trying to scrape the data. It was inconsistent, bro. Like, bro, an absolute fucking shit show to try to prove ROI for this dude. And so it finally got to the point where it was like we could not filter based off of when they first joined the WAP community. So I couldn't figure out like when they actually when they joined up and when we proving we couldn't attribute anything. So anyway, she's like, yeah, I've literally never been fucking asked that question before, but I'm gonna hit up my developers and see if we can get to it. So we're waiting on it. We've proved that we actually did generate some shit. But yeah.
Okay, so one thing that I was leading off on is, one thing that I find just in my experience, even just from 2020, I leveled myself up as a business owner, the whole tech space itself, because I realized that when 2020 hit, I didn't have a way to email my customers, to text message them, or communicate with them. It was a problem.
I can see that being a problem.
Yeah, dude. And we've been a company that's been around for 60, 70 years, but we hadn't put this into our company yet. So we just wouldn't even, you would wait for them.
Company doing business, bye.
Yeah, see when you come back, dude. And they would come back, but not as often as we would like, you could imagine, right?
And then you're complaining about.
But dude, how do you do that? No,
damn it, dude.
hey, but
Slow bus.
but you know how exactly. But you know how many business owners are trying to freaking figure that shit out, dude.
Yeah.
There's hell of them, dude. So like mapping that whole space out, like what programs to use and everything in that space is helpful. So, and how to then grab metrics on it, how to understand when your ads are launching, are they working? I mean, that's important stuff. So
We say this all the time here. Only in retrospect will you know if it worked. It's just now we have enough data to know to not lie to people. Because at first we were just thinking that we had it figured out when we didn't fucking even, but we had enough confidence in ourselves to think that we were resourceful enough to figure it out in the time that we had to deliver. We fucked up.
right.
But
yeah.
now it's like, all right, cool. Now that we have some data, we're able to like make adjustments in a more educated way that leads to a result faster. But even with that being said, like you still have to dump a bunch of money into marketing in order to test it all the way through.
So for you guys though, do you guys find with the systems that you guys have created, are there certain types of businesses that if they really just perform and are going to accelerate faster than different areas? Or do you feel that you guys have created some systems that it with business that's, let's say, an auto body shop or an electrician, to somebody that's making their own product and selling it on Shopify or whatever, that you're able to really have a process that can understand this person's story, what is the message they're trying to sell, and help them be able to do that better than they can themselves.
Dakota, who do we help?
$1 to $25 million.
But like essentially, like who are we designed 100%
Service-based businesses with a high ticket offer that
between what?
more than 25 million.
No, but like
1 in 8.
1 in 8. He says 1 in 25 mil because we work with businesses that are over 8 million, 25 million, 35 million. You could say businesses from 1 to 35 million. But here's what we really specialize in is $1 to $8 million businesses, service-based businesses. We're doing a product for you, bro. We try to do some research, bro. We're crossing our fingers to see if it fucking works.
Right.
But $1 to $8 million service-based business owners, we solve role duplication from 1 to 3 million. And then from 3 to 8 million, process creation. Some people haven't figured this shit out and they're doing 35 million. God bless you. No problem. Come on in and we'll help you. But it's that problem, bro.
So it's not just marketing.
It's not marketing, bro. It's identity extraction.
I think it's like more so alignment in the compound. So I don't think you know how much pain that him and I had to go through fucking to like realize what every single even after he came back from Cardone, it was like, what are the things that have to go into something to make it successful from the ground up? Like, what's the seed that we have to make sure is like collaboratively approached and everyone agrees on this seed? And then from there, it just grows and compounds and just adds continuous value. Like, and there's no fucking like, oh, should we do this color or this color? No, like assets lab, customer value journey is defined, the offer is defined, who you're talking to is defined. Then you go to the voice, the who you are, like how are you going to talk to them? How are you going to be like represented online? Then you're approving that like as the client. Then we can go onto the side lab. But so many people say, I need a fucking website. No, you don't need a fucking bro. You need to know what the fuck you want to do first. And then I agree.
You need a website. Hey, you need a website.
Bad, but you know,
before you do your website,
you need worse. Yeah. You can see how much, and bro, how we've had to tell business you don't need a website. We actually need to go back to the basics of like, who are you talking to? What's your offer? How is it differentiated? And what is the journey that they're going to go through? Like when you sell someone right now, how do we go and digitize that? And that's what we've put together with the asset or the labs that we put together, bro, is like exactly what people need. And we're forcing down a path that we know is going to be most likely to bring them success. Like we're forcing that down their throat. Or you can go try to record a fucking podcast that so-and-so and try to clip that shit up and click it for no fucking reason, not know what to do with it, bro.
For me, it's like getting in the car and not actually having a destination. You're just driving.
a fucking sick car, bro.
You're not sure.
I want to go vertical.
How long it's going to take. You're in a cool car. You feel good.
Go, bro.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be like Will Ferrell, where I just feel the road, bro. That's what most people do. Feeling that fucking road real good into their mom's house.
That's it, bro. And bro, we do. And bro, I don't know if you've noticed this shift, but I feel like that lately I've been talking a little bit more assertively because it's just like, I don't believe you. I don't buy into the bullshit because we've had enough experience trying to figure it out without the things that we were required in order for you to even do marketing with us, right? Because I don't even want to be stuck responsible for your fucking failure if we can't if we don't have a shot.
No, I totally get that. I mean, I think like what I'm hearing you say is like, as we build out that whole detailed plan, because part of it is getting leads to come in. Then it's tracking how many leads did come in. But then,
just walking them through the process.
Dude, but that's where everyone's like, oh, I don't have enough leads coming in. I need more leads. I need more website. I need more videos. I need to be here. But what you really need is that clear plan of how you're going to get and where are you trying to go? And so then from that point, we can make sure that we're aligned. Because if we're jumping and like we've done this, right? Where we try to like, hey,
I don't know how many times we
don't have enough money to dive into this. So let's go ahead and do this. And we're going to try to make money by doing that. And then but it just doesn't work because we didn't really just do it.
Short term, long term, bro.
Bro, you know how many times I said, yeah, we could do that. We could do that. Saying,
15 minutes.
Fuck, this is going to be, it's just so trying to deliver on this because I have no idea. I don't even know what I just said yes to.
100%. No, but I think that's where, a lot of, I've got so many friends that are in business and they're struggling here. They're like, okay, so how am I supposed to do, everyone's like thinking they have to do all these social media videos and all this other stuff.
And they do.
But there needs to, it can get exhausting trying to do that because number one is you don't really have, what you're trying to do, you pick up a camera. First of all, you got the guts to take a video of yourself. And then from that point, you're trying to now kick it in. So the more that you're trying to take these videos, and then you're trying to edit them, and then you're trying to post them, and then you're trying to run your home business, and then all of a sudden you run out of time and you don't post videos.
And you're playing that's the long game you're playing too.
And then 6 months go by, now you do it again, and you're just in the cycle.
Yeah, but you know what, bro? 6 months from now, you have a little bit more experience. And then when you try 6 months after that, bro, you have a little bit more experience.
Right.
We've condensed everything, so you don't need to have the experience. Keep your experience. We have some.
We'll save you some fucking life force.
For real. No, and I think we've actually experienced it. Where we can actually say, okay, let's do this. Let's do this trial. Let's do it. We've already mapped it out. Let's do it as planned.
I think, what's even crazier is you haven't come to the fucking studio. We've been able to implement the systems with you by sending you a fucking DJI, some instructions.
Yeah. I mean, essentially, you were like, okay, so if you want to try to attempt to do this at home, this is like the YouTube video method of PodLab. And so this is what you're going to need. And so I'm like, pencil, paper, okay, what do I need? We need a DJI. So I'm like, okay, got it. You need this, you need that, right? So then, yeah, okay, so and that can produce some videos, but it's not the same of taking the time. And honestly, I mean, I should have done it sooner because I used my credit card's miles and just planned the trip and just came over, and we were actually able to do it pretty affordably, dude. I was able to do it really affordably. It was just convincing myself that it was time, and that's what I needed.
So what about right now made it time?
That basically I had enough, dude. It's been years,
But why not like 2 years ago or 6 months from now?
Part of it's my own process, to be honest. I may have not been ready yet. I may have not learned what I've gone through. And
do you think any part of it was your lack of like? I think that you're probably subconsciously, like we're all subconsciously getting a lot more confident in our process, and I think that you're starting to see some of the stuff now. Maybe, I don't know if that's a part of it. It was a lot messier when we first came in, and now we're launching the ads. Now we're not fucking dialed. We're not like 100% there, but now, okay, we're getting some traction. We're having some consistency. Like there's something going on that's, going.
I think you're 100% on that. It's also that you do have those systems put in place. I have seen the video quality of your guys' videos, how you sequence them, and how your kind of story that you're able to help build with all of them put together. And I saw what I was putting together at home, and I said, okay, I gotta fly over. It's time, yeah. But this year I got some hardcore goals, and I knew that it was essential for me to get started. And so that's why I said, hey guys, I'm gonna book a ticket. When's as soon as I can get in there, and just pull the trigger.
I didn't even get there. I didn't even get the message about the question.
We were talking about this shit last week, but that's what success. That's why he has 2 multi-million-dollar companies, is because he takes action on what he says. Like if you're just waiting for next week, next month, next year, God bless you. You're gonna keep waiting. You're just gonna keep waiting.
You have to choose to take action.
Bro, that's one thing I admire. Like, we both admire. Like we both talk about this shit a lot, bro.
The size of your balls, bro.
Bro, the size of not just your 2, but your 3 balls. No, but like just bro, you're lucky I'm not like just all over the place.
No, but I mean,
no, bro, like let's just run it back real quick. Okay, you said yes without even like a scope of work with your like $3,500 a month done. Cool with both companies. No scope of work, bro. I don't know why I would love to actually know why you even trusted. What made you pull the trigger with us? Actually,
it was about the people.
2 multi-million-dollar businesses, and you pulled the trigger on some nobodies.
That's how likely a Puerto Rican, bro.
To be honest, though, it's about the people and the systems and the idea and the communication, like everything, all of that together is my KPIs, I guess, which tells me, hey, this is what I need to do to move forward. And for me, when a door opens, you need to open it. And if you feel that it's unlocked and it's your time, you got to move right through it. Otherwise, it's going to sit there for too long and it might lock again. And so for me, like for you guys, when I saw first of all, when I met you, Hiram, we started discussing and diving into things. And then you introduced me to Dakota. And as we started diving into it, I'm like, these are my guys. I didn't even know anything about the rest of it, but just I knew I wanted you on my team.
Fuzzy, bro.
That's the way I operate, though, dude.
Bro. And that's how I hire people too, bro. I just want to connect with their soul. I want to make sure that we can fucking, do big things together.
For sure.
Hey, this is serious. We're really fucking trying to make it happen.
No, but that was like the real main thing. And I saw the changes that are coming with technology. And I knew that I needed some people on my team that could help guide our company along that path. Because it's not just shooting the videos. It's making sure those videos are all planned out accordingly to hit so they actually work. If you shoot a video but you can't plug it in, what the hell's the point?
So we had like a little game plan. You're recording one day, you rented out the entire studio for 3 days in a row because you wanted to just knock out everything while you're in Vegas. Imagine we wouldn't have planned, bro. So we had a tight agenda, right? Imagine we
And
wouldn't
it was
have
last
planned,
minute
bro.
too.
Yeah.
And I
Bro,
threw a third company on you.
I got a random text on my phone. I didn't even know you asked about time because I'm not in the fucking chat. Hey, I'm coming, but
Exactly. Hey, bro. Hey, so already here's my flight. This is when I'm coming. And so you guys were kind of caught off surprise. And then I also threw in the third company. And so that you had to plan for because that hadn't even been discussed.
you didn't even do the assets lab for that yet.
No,
But we
but
sent it over. We got it done. We got
Made it
everything.
happen. You're
Like,
here.
you guys kind of know how I work.
Yeah.
And then you guys
Yeah.
adjusted to make it work.
That's it.
100%.
And that's what happened, dude.
Because we have to make it work. There's
We had
no
to make
other
it work,
choice.
dude.
It's
We've
It
been
is.
doing it for too long, putting too much effort, too much life force on this to not make it fucking work.
Well, I mean, I think that, but to be honest, a lot of people point out like different ways that things don't work. There's plenty of ways for that not to work. But what we need to know.
Thank you for your fucking feedback.
Yeah. And bro, you know where that comes from, bro? Experience. Shit in the bed on so many other clients. Letting them get away with doing it fucking half-ass on camera. And then them having to come back and re-record the organization. The fucking, even from the first start, bro, we send you out that form, you fill it out. The first thing we do is create a brain for your company because we just want to get to understand who we're working with, what problem they solve, who they help, what tonality we're going to be working with them on.
Just to piggyback off that, bro, I think one of the coolest, this is not like a self-brag, but one of the coolest things I think about, which you didn't get through this process cleanly, obviously. It was, you helped us develop that. Yeah, you're dirty. You went through it dirty, bro. You were through the...
Dude, sometimes that's the way it's got to work, though, you know?
Where we're at now, if had you come in right now, I think it's a pretty beautiful process because everything compounds. You approve all of the information, so there's nothing that we could be pushing over to you that you haven't said yes to before. So like even the brand guide, like after we get the brand guide done, there's nothing you can fucking say about the website because the website reflects all the stuff on the brand guide, what you put in the assets lab, and it just comes together so fucking clean, bro. Like, so thank you for helping develop the process that we have.
No,
now,
for
bro.
sure, bro.
Appreciate you.
Hey, we're grateful for you, bro.
Yeah,
for sure.
100%.
No, and I feel that, and I think that's what makes it just continue to work better is that you kind of need my feedback in order to continue to refine the process.
And we don't take any of it lightly, bro. We want to make sure that at least we know for ourselves, like if we try something and hey, we just won't ever do it again for anyone else. And bro, we've cut some shit off even from your process, bro. We just won't do it, bro. We're not doing it with anyone else, bro. This shit was pain and suffering.
Yeah, and sometimes you got to go through that, dude, in every business. So I appreciate that from you guys, though. I mean, to be honest, you guys have really had to be patient and try to figure it out. Here I am like a business owner with all these different crazy things going on, and I got my own way of thinking and saying, and like, I've already figured out, hey guys, this is what we need to do. And you're like, cool, hey, I wrote that down, right on, let's get started with this. And I'm like, okay, cool. And it helps me stay in my lane.
Those are probably your conversations with Hiram, probably not me.
Yeah. But this is what I've noticed, bro. The feedback loop becomes like faster, bro. So even if we don't like talk about this directly, it's like if you're trying certain things that we're suggesting and we're also trying certain things that you're suggesting, bro, the feedback loop, bro, the accountability, the fucking like, because we've had some difficult conversations towards the beginning, but it's just like adjusting, bro. It's just fucking making sure that we're moving the needle.
Absolutely, man. And I think that's what's really key because I start to understand how you guys operate, you understand how my team operates. Not only that, but Dakota gets totally into the team. Like he wants to be a part of the company. He wants to be involved to make sure that, hey, is this actually working and connecting? Like he's that committed. And I haven't had that experience. For me, that was like, dude, this guy goes over and beyond because he's not just sitting here just saying, hey, I did my job, but he's like actually checking in with the team to say, hey, did I do my job? And for me, that's what further connected me and said, hey, let's continue figuring this out so we can, because we got some good guys here that are dedicated to figure it out. And then that's the way you could actually figure it out.
And that's another way that our partnership is beautiful, bro.
Yeah.
Because, bro, this is like a blessing. This is a blessing and a curse, right?
Yeah.
Military, just fucking get it done no matter what, bro. I am not like the softest person, bro. I just want to get the fucking mission accomplished. Let's fucking go. This is the fucking plan. Let's fucking execute. Perfect. And then we'll celebrate a little bit, bro. We'll fucking, I treat you good. All that, right? But Dakota, he's like the little fucking brother that every single person that we fucking work with, bro, just like doesn't know how to feel about. They love him, and he always brings value, but sometimes he'll fucking make an excited face that throws you off, bro.
Well, I mean, I totally get that, dude. You know,
I still don't know what's excited.
Bro, I wish we had that shit. Oh, bro, we have it on video. We have to have it on video.
put it somewhere.
Inside joke.
You're like, that what you just did not sound like serious.
Yeah,
And you got fucking heated.
I was shocked, bro. Shocked.
To be honest, though, dude, I mean, marketing and just how you get your message out to customers is challenging, and it's changed, and it's ever changing. We're in this weird point right now with AI, and AI is like trying to do all this stuff magically. And it's like, oh, we'll create your website, we'll post all your videos, we'll run your home business for you.
There's no check on it. There's no check on it.
And so business owners are kind of confused. You know, they're not sure what they should use, what they can't, what should they have, you know, their AI do, and what should they not. So I think that's where you guys can really be of assistance. You know, I'm like, oh, hey, check out this new AI video. And you're like, dude, that's terrible. We should probably not.
Bro, what we're working on, bro,
You know?
is going to be fucking insane, bro.
Yeah.
You know what, bro? You get to benefit from it.
Well,
You know what I'm saying? And we can't wait to fucking share the news with you
For sure.
when it's done.
And it's really knowing like how to incorporate it and how to use it for your particular project.
You know, most fucking AI infrastructures that are deployed right now, like with anything, they're all actually losing money on AI because they don't know. Like, they put in these rag graphs and try to MCP all this shit, and then it's actually, bro, CarMax sold a fucking car for $1. Their AI assistant sold they persuaded the fucking AI bot to sell a car for $1, bro. That shit got shipped to them for $1.
I like that. Hey, I want to meet the guy who did that, bro.
Bro, but like,
Bro, that's probably your brother, bro.
dude, that was me. Is in a bot.
He convinces me to do some fucking crazy shit, like sell cars for $1 that I would never fucking do, bro.
Hey, but we hit volume.
So
No, but it's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know.
So, bro, the whole show, how it started, we interview business owners on the lessons that they learned the hard way. They created into systems so they wouldn't have to go through that heartache anymore. So we want to share those lessons and those systems with the entrepreneurs that are watching it right now. What comes to mind when I first say that?
Well, dude, just a stupid project of trying to send emails to your customers. I mean, sometimes it seems so simple, but if you haven't figured out that one simple step, you're not communicating with your current customers that you've already grabbed. It's like an easy thing for you to be able to do that's actually going to continue to build stuff. But the whole planning and strategy and around that is kind of missing. So that's one thing that it seems like a super easy thing to do. Like, anyone can send an email, but to create a list and then sell an email to that list and what's on it, what's the subject, what's all the stuff in it. Dude, it's such a big thing to consider and all these things in and around it. So it's one of those things that from the surface seems like a super easy task, but as you dive into it, becomes super complex.
So specifically, like, what has one of those, for example, so you're launching Woolle, and it's a problem that you've had to solve for the last 70 years that you guys have been in business, and this is a solution that's been available, but now you want to make it available to other people.
Exactly.
So was like something tough that you had to like put up with and use the solution on, and then you made that into a service or
So now that I can communicate with my customers, like before I couldn't. And so now I can. And so but I needed to find the right system and go through that whole process. So now that I've got new products that I'm launching, I can much easily launch it and help my customers understand that they can now purchase this. So, you know, in our rug cleaning company, we've got 20,000 customers, 3,000 of them are on an email list. And so right away, I can launch this product. And these are all people that have tons of wool items. They've already used this product in this service. So it's like the perfect people to introduce the product to. So now I already know how to do that whole process. I don't have to try to figure that out. I just have to figure out how can I best communicate this email. So that's what's kind of interesting as I've explored that skill and then further adapt it. Now it can do so much more for me and my company and for our customers.
you're solving another problem for the same client base that you already have. So,
But then you can can then further execute that. It's like, okay, now what else can we do? And so it starts now, but also then that's where I have to kind of rely on you guys. Okay, well, what's our audience? How often should be sending them emails? What should be in that email? And then we can spend some time on it.
How many tools do we really need to run?
Well, I mean, yeah, but it's also the effectiveness. It's them unsubscribing, and now I can't send them an email because I sent them crappy emails.
Yeah,
they're annoying.
Well, okay, so like
that's
what I
huge.
think it's gonna come down to, and Hermosi, I shared this with him the other day. Hermosi's all in on lives right now, bro. It's about how you can scale, like how real can the connection be, and how fast and how scalable. Do you know how cool it is for fucking Bob that it, like, just idolizes Hermosi, and then he gets just a quick acknowledgement on the side from Hermosi? That dude's bought in for fucking ever. He'll be his raving fangirl for till the day he dies, bro. So like those interactions and being able to personalize stuff to the point where like they feel appreciated and being able to scale that up, bro. It's difficult, but those are the people who are gonna dominate. Like it's gonna be the people that own the community through like the idolatry, like the person that it can influence them. But then there's the technology, all the data and stuff. But people like Mr. Beast, bro, that dude is smart as fuck.
And I think that part of what I'm kind of gathering even from this conversation, it's not sending an email, but sending a message. Like you're not sending something for you to read and ignore. I'm actually sending you something that you want to hear and I want to send. And so it has way more connection with that. I think that's what he's really diving into. And so, no, I can totally relate to that.
So what are some of the things that you've learned this year? And you've helped us out, but I'd love to hear about what you've learned over the course of 2025, like about, and not to make this about us, but what have you, like, this genuinely is probably one of the most valuable conversations we could have. Is just like, what could we have done better? Like, what are the things that you went through that you've learned that are the most valuable learning lessons? And then and you've already given us criticisms, but you're very soft, but you're not gonna fucking ream us, right? So you just
I could, but no, I'm just kidding.
Well, chill out. It's just not an Austin relax.
No, but to be honest, I do try to be really honest and authentic with you guys because it's my money I'm spending with you.
Absolutely.
And I want to make sure it works properly. And so that's where, if there's something that's really not working, I straight up will communicate that. But at the same time, if there's something that I'm unsure about, I'll talk to you guys about it, but I'll also give some freedom to say, hey, let's give this a shot. That's one thing that I really try to analyze a little bit, like where am I at in this decision? But to be honest, it doesn't really pop up too often because I feel like we're really on the same page quite a bit as we move through things. So, but one thing is, I think that what you're seeking is like, what could we all do and work together? And I think it's staying in the lane, because for me to stay in my lane and to focus on one thing and not launch a fourth company and let's just stick to these ones for right now. No, but for real. But what it means though is let's get this going in this path on this thing. And once it's there, we then now can work on this other thing. But we need to get this complete before we go on to something else.
Because you could go change that thing and then you're supposed to be fucking changing. And actually you come back to this thing.
And I claim fault on that because you guys already have your plan. You already are going in that direction. And then I throw you off 100%.
No, bro.
No, because I'm like, hey, dude, check this out. And you're like, okay.
No, please, no, bro.
Austin, but we got to keep moving in this direction because we're already planned on doing that. But then all of a sudden, I talk you into...
Bro, but check this idea out, bro. Like,
but you don't understand. This is a good one.
Look at the fucking... Just look at the numbers on this shit real quick. Just check it out.
Yeah. But for myself, I mean, I guess part of it, though, is that I realize how disruptive that can be.
We're disruptive, too, bro. We're all disruptive.
But that's a big takeaway.
Yeah.
And that takes a lot of maturity and a lot of awareness to even realize that. You know what I'm saying?
If I'm being disrupted, I need you guys to call me out on it because sometimes I don't see it.
This is how I usually handle it, bro. And we know what we know. How certain are you? How certain am I that like we've been able to have some success with the way that we've been doing it? Is it higher than the certainty that you have with the vision that you've created? So it's like sticking to the plan, bro. Creating the plan, bro. We feed so much information into our databases, but we have a pretty good idea of what works.
Yeah.
Because we just keep hitting winners more often.
This is a good example. The other day I sent you guys a message and I said, hey, check this out. We should create a video game where we can do and you're like,
game development.
Okay, cool. We're throwing that inside the notes. We'll tackle that one when it comes.
I said put that on the perhaps folder. Yeah, we'll go ahead and put a pin in there.
But it was at that moment. point where I was like, okay, yeah, let's put that in that folder. Let's stay on. It is
Bro,
great. You know what I mean?
the most hilarious part about it, I was like, yo, we were having a family fucking dinner.
And we started
And we
talking
had this
about
fucking
this.
idea, bro, me and my kids.
Yeah.
And I'm
No, but this, it's like you need validation, just like we validate our solutions with our clients also.
I think sometimes it's about like you see so like bro, you care. Everyone here is an empath. Like we all care about like whether or not you guys believe that. I know this dude doesn't think I care about it.
Not me.
But he said he knows I definitely don't give a shit about him. That's true. But
It's me.
that's also true. Not really. But I think it's you trying to solve a pain, like really, really, like with a quick fucking win. And like when you say I have this, bro, do you know how crazy it is that you sent a fucking message about having a fucking video game for your fucking shit? And it came up, bro, it's like there's a lot of fucking nuances to it, but it's just the biggest thing is you're optimistic and you're looking for things to, but it's always at the end of the day, it's fixing all the fucking things that are the foundational.
That's what it is about. This plugging in the gaps. But here's another thing. Bro, validate it. Who gives a fuck? Because there's always a lesson in it. Anything could work 100%. It's whatever you put your attention towards, your money towards, your fucking energy towards. We could make a fucking video game cleaning carpets, bro, and fucking take over the fucking world, bro.
Everyone's like, just like going for it, right?
Out here fucking
Yeah.
vacuuming with my left hand.
Hey, you know, there's some weird stuff out there. You never know.
I do think that like gamification, like Alex talked about, that is a part.
Yeah.
Not literally fucking like it.
No, but maybe.
You never know,
it's
dude.
like, how do you piece
I'm
it
gonna say a
together?
different word.
No.
But I'm just saying, if you have your 70, if you have your fucking email list, bro, there's a way, and we're trying to figure out this game right now because it's like, it's the owned media play. It's the owned traffic play. If you have a list of like 50 to 100,000 customers, okay, and then you send out like a blast or a nurture every day, like adding value, you're trying to see what these old like stale leads are even doing, if they're opening up, and then what they'll respond to, bro. It's just such an untapped resource that we've even seen on ourselves, bro. We probably have 30,000 fucking emails and contacts that we could be hitting up, and we're over here like sending new DMs and shit.
So also, before we end the podcast, I want to ask you this. You've grown a lot this past year. You've grown a lot since you first started your very first business. So like, what would you recommend? Like, let's say go back in time. We're talking to like 20-year-old or 25-year-old Austin. You've already had a little bit of life experience, but now you need to lock in and really get things done. What would you say?
Well, I mean, I would just break it down. Like, number one is why are you doing this? Number two is to create, now you know what you want to do and why you're doing it. Then really create a target and a plan around it before you just jump in and start doing it. And so part of that is to really kind of think through that process and to look at it in a 5-year, 10-year plan, because then you've got that goal of where you think big of where that could be. Because when you start thinking that, then where you're getting back to right now, it just becomes such an easier, more simple kind of process. And I think so many times we're just so caught up with just working harder and not smarter that we end up just wasting so much time, dude.
Energy, focus,
and frustration and all this other stuff when it could have been easy. I mean, you could have actually spent just a little bit more time to get more clarity on where you're trying to go, and that way you can actually put a plan to make it happen.
bro. That's
what I teach my kids, to be honest.
Same thing, yeah.
I say, okay, cool. Here, do this, do that, and then do this.
How I frame it is like you have to do the work. There's no way around the work. You either do it up front or while you're doing the actual work, right? And you're just fucking stumbling through it. You don't get fucking anything done. You don't get everything done. You half-ass everything else. Well, you could have just had a fucking plan, go into it, execute against it, make adjustments.
Now, when you got that plan and you got it all, now you get started. Then you schedule it out. So really trying to be diligent to that schedule versus not scheduling a damn thing and just winging it. And again, just working as hard as you can. You still need to work hard, but if you kind of know what you're trying to accomplish for the day, the week, the month, you get closer to it versus just trying to work as hard as you can each day because you're not sure how close you are to that goal. You know, so when you start breaking...
That was me early on, bro. My
for real.
nickname was Knucklehead. Because I would just do shit.
Because you want to work hard. You want to prove yourself, and I think it's natural for most people to do that. So, but when you stop and you just kind of get a little bit more clear for a second, it actually changes your whole mindset on it. You move faster, smoother, and with more insight.
More data, bro.
Versus just trying to bang it out. And so I think every business owner gets in that point where they're just trying to bang things out, and then they just have to catch themselves and say, okay, let me
snap out of it. Bro, I've been trapped trapped deep down, bro. Like biggest month I've ever had. Tons of money in the fucking bank account. Show up to the house, lights off. Cause I'm just so like locked in to my little world, bro, that I can't even fucking remember to pay the fucking light bill.
The other thing is routine. Routine's huge. If you don't have a routine, then you can't create a schedule. And that routine keeps your mind sharp. Just 45 now, and just in the last 2-3 years, I finally created a routine. And man, it has brought me so much. By 7 o'clock each day, I'm ready to rock and roll versus waking up at 7 and trying to just squeeze myself into work and get things moving. So that like is another thing I'd totally pass on to my younger self.
Bro, it frees your mind. These are routines are things that you've decided on. That's what you're gonna do. So it opens up your mind for you to focus on higher leverage things instead of like when you're gonna do these little things that you do every day anyway.
Sure.
Sometimes they're not so little.
Big things, little things, bro.
Medium.
It's a big
There's
folder.
things.
But awesome, bro. It's so great to have you here at the Pod Lab, on the How It Started podcast. We're rooting for you, bro. Bro, we're fully vested in your success. We want to make sure that you fucking win big because you deserve it. You love people, bro. You help people. Bro, you help us. Like, hey, you deserve it, bro.
Well, hey, I appreciate that. And I just like being around people in general. And so, I mean, whether I'm succeeding in my team or just people around me, dude, I just love that. I'm excited to come back and do another podcast in a year after Woolle shut off, after all the other companies have shut off.
But if we're able to see it 6 months from now.
Oh, dude, in 6 months, it's going to be wild.
Bro, maybe.
All right, let's do it in 6 months.
2 weeks.
Yeah, no, but it would be really fun to see the difference in this podcast, but then also in just the companies and everything.
On the next podcast, we'll go over some metrics and stuff.
Well, it'll be fun to see like what happens as we launch off the system.
So let's make it happen, bro. To the top, bro. Appreciate you
For sure.
being here.
Right on, man.
Let's go.
All right.
Appreciate you, bro. Thank you.